everybody, and happy May 5th. Yeah, I know May 4th is Star Wars Day, but also, in a way, May 5th is also Star Wars Day because Revenge of the 5th, even though this is more of a Rebel Alliance vessel, and then my spaceflight simulator was more of a Sith vessel. Either way, it doesn't matter. We're doing a Star Wars themed thing here today. And yeah, we're here on Minmus because the Millennium Falcon does not work on Kerbin's gravity. It just doesn't have the thrust to lift off. And KSP2 doesn't have any way of gravity hacking, gravity cheating, so we're just going to be launching from Minmus. But yeah, before I get started, I do need to mention the elephant that I'm sure you guys are all aware of, and that is the fact that KSP2 is no longer being developed, which is very sad. This game had a lot of potential, and it's really sad to see it just be canned, but, you know, economics is a cruel thing sometimes. So yeah, this probably won't be my last KSP2 video. I do have one other video where we're going to use the 7-Eleven gas station that I built last time. I was going to use that in this video, but because we have to launch from Minmus, it doesn't really make much sense anyway, because yeah, we can't launch from Kerbin. The gravity's too strong. And while I could put this on a booster, that's just not in line with Star Wars, because yeah, the Millennium Falcon, it doesn't launch on a booster. It's a starship that can take off and land anywhere, but yeah, obviously it probably has some sort of anti-gravity system. Yeah, it can land on planets with a lot higher gravity, with very puny little landing jets, might I add. They're quite small. These are actually a little bit more beefy than the ones even in the movie. So anyways, without any further ado, let's go ahead and take off from this rock. Off we go. And firing up the main engines. There we go. We are off. And yeah, our destination is going to be Ike of the Duna system. Let me just make sure you aim prograde there, buddy. Obviously not the most stable thing in the world. I mean, the rapiers have some gimbal. I like the rapiers because they looked most like the engines that the Millennium Falcon had. But yeah, this thing is also crammed full of reaction wheels in order to keep it stable. But it seems to be doing okay. It's actually quite alright. And there we go, we're actually in orbit. So there we go. Now, as far as I know, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but orbit in the Star Wars franchise isn't really something that they worry about. So yeah, I'm not sure. We're entering a polar orbit here, which is fine, I think. But yeah, usually they just jump straight into hyperspace, right? We would just be jumping straight into hyperspace right now. Unfortunately, we do not have hyperspace engines in KSP 2. But you know, I'm really happy with the design of this. It looks really cool. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. Looks very nice. Anyways, also, I went ahead and tried to get our crew to be as close to Star Wars characters as possible. I ended up, like, cycling through, like, 300 Kerbals to find Luddo Kerman, Han Solo, Hanson Kerman, Padwin Kerman, and then, Obi-Wan. I tried to find a Luke or an Anakin, they just wouldn't show up. So, yeah, like I said, cycled through 300 guys, and these were the best I could find. So yeah, once we get into orbit, we'll go ahead and plot our course towards Ike. Because, yeah, I did promise that I was going to send this thing to Duna, but to be honest, I don't think the thrust-to ratio is enough to land on Duna. I think Ike will be okay, though, so we'll land on Ike. Because, you know, Duna is like our Tatooine equivalent, right? This is Hoth, right? We just left Hoth. This is Hoth. Obviously, we're flying from Hoth to Tatooine. Even though those two planets are in different star systems, so technically we'd be going interstellar, but unfortunately that'll never happen. No interstellar to ever see in KSP2. Big bummer. Yeah, I was honestly, like, debating whether I wanted to actually make this video, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta make it. It's Star Wars Day. It's a shame they had to announce the thing so close to Star Wars Day. Can't even enjoy Star Wars Day. Alright, there we go. Now we got faster time warp. Okay, go ahead and aim prograde. And then we'll go ahead and circularize this orbit. And then see if we're not at a Duna window. There we go. Fire up those engines. Oh, look at that. So cool. Okay, we're in orbit. Safe in Minmus orbit. Let's see where Duna is. Okay, all the way out there. So not even at a transfer window. Alrighty, so for a Duna transfer window, we want about a 45 degrees. We're actually pretty close to it. Right, because the backwards orbital lines get me every time. Can't really complain about them anymore, though. I mean, I guess I still can, but it's kind of like beating a dead horse at this point. There we go. Okay. Still here. Still all in one piece. So now we just want to make sure Minmus is in a good spot so we can get our orbit to Duna. So we want to, yeah, we're heading this way, so we want to launch kind of heading this way. So we want Minmus to be right around here, I think, right? Yeah, so that way we can deorbit and then eject. Actually, we might want Minmus to be around here. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, let's wait for Minmus to be, like, here-ish. There-ish. That'll should do it. Yeah, and then when we eject, we'll be launching out that way. Perfect. Alrighty. That's what the doctor ordered. Let's go ahead and plot this. So, oh yeah, because we're in a polar orbit, this might be a little tricky. Okay. That way good? Yeah, that way's probably good. Yeah, we'll just burn a bit radial. It's fine. Yeah, we mainly want to adjust anti-normal. There we go. We'll get that down as low as we can. Okay, we'll go for that. That might line up better with Duna. We'll see. Okay, maneuver time. Hi, Kerbin. Look at that crater. Makes this almost look like the Death Star. I mean, it's not quite the most Death Star-looking place. That would go to Minmus, which I went to in my SFS video, which was uploaded on the actual Star Wars day. There we go. Burn those engines! Okay, leaving Minmus. Make sure we get an orbit around Kerbin. Not quite matching. It's going the other way. Oh, maybe it'll probably spin around. Yeah, it is. It might honestly be a good trajectory to go, because Duna is in an inclined orbit, so leaving Kerbin from an inclined orbit might be good. Oh, but stop it there. There we go. Burn it out. There we go. And then, boom. Okay. Little bit off. That's fine. We can adjust for that. We have so much delta V. Okay, there we go. That should be good enough. Yeah, at this point, I really don't know what to talk about, except for what we're doing. I mean, I guess I could talk about some of the design aspects. So yeah, obviously, this is designed off the Star Wars Millennium Falcon, piloted by Han Solo, or Hanson Kerman in this case. As you can see, I got the two turrets, the one on the top and the one on the bottom. I got the 6 landing thrusters, so we can land vertically. And yeah, I got on the back here, these are supposed to be like heat exhaust vents for the engines, but these are actually intakes for the Rapier engines if we're flying on a body that has an atmosphere, which, if this thing ends up on a body with an atmosphere, it's gonna tumble like a brick, but it's there because they were there in the movie. And there's a bunch of other little greebles and stuff on it that I could have added, but this thing was already becoming very frame ratey in the assembly building, especially all these panels here. Like, when you do all these panels, it gets real frame ratey, all these individual little parts. And as you can see, I had to hide a couple more intakes so that the Rapiers would work. Because, like I said, I did initially plan to launch this thing from Kerbin, but yeah, you guys know how that went. Yeah, the Star Wars ships, while very cool, aren't exactly the most realistic. I tried to get this thing to fly like an airplane, and it doesn't fly. But anyways, I guess we're burning right here, aiming right into Kerbin. We're gonna warp drive straight through the center of the planet. That'd probably end well. That'd probably end very well. Burning straight at the planet. The side of Star Wars you don't see, the actual orbital maneuvers. Orbital maneuvers, what is that? Just jump into hyperspace. Just make sure you're clear of the whatever celestial body and then jump to hyperspace. There we go, look at that. Okay, there we go. Ooh, Duna encounter, bam. Okay, awesome. So we got our Duna encounter, now we just gotta plot our mid-course. Actually, our Duna encounter's quite okay. But yeah, obviously not close enough. So we can go ahead and plot an intercept. There we go. Alrighty, so time to jump to hyperspace. 3, 2, 1, hyperspace! Alrighty, we did it. We jumped to hyperspace. We made it over here. Now we can maneuver. But yeah, if you actually think about it, in a way, launching from Minmus is, I mean, yeah, obviously I had to do it because can't launch from Kerbin. The moon might have worked, or the mun might have worked. Could have tested it. I just knew that Minmus was the lightest, and I like Minmus. Minmus is a pretty cool place, so, you know, we like Minmus. We also like Ike, but we like Minmus, too. But yeah, in a way, you know, it's kind of acknowledging a feature that was supposed to come in the game, which is colonies, and we're, you know, be able to build vessels and other colonies. So technically this could have been built at a colony, and then been used as, like, a ship built strictly for space. Kind of the Star Wars canon, but again, the Millennium Falcon is also an atmospheric ship, which makes very little sense. You know, I mean, it's a very capable ship in the Star Wars franchise. But, the sci-fi is a little bit further beyond orbital mechanics and stuff, so that's why it's a little bit interesting recreating it in KSP. Because, yeah, obviously, Star Wars has the jump drive, we don't have that, so it's interesting. I'm guessing in the Star Wars franchise, they just have way stronger engines than we do in KSP. You know, maybe we would have gotten some engines equivalent, you know, the fusion engines. If the game would have continued to be developed, we would, you know, fusion engines, that would be like what this thing would use. Those would be powerful enough to probably propel this thing through an atmosphere. Fusion jets. This game, it had so much potential. Oh, and we just totally overshot that. So there we go, like, that's good. And we'll adjust it when we get into Sphere of Influence. Into the SOI we go. Bye, Kerbin. Hello, Duna. Where's that red planet? There it is. There's Tatooine. Just pretend. All I'm asking you guys to do is pretend. It may not have 2 suns, and may not even be habitable, but just pretend. That's when we come radial out. There we go. And we're getting a flyby of Ike, too. Hi, Ike. We like you, Ike. We appreciate you. We'll be back, Ike. We'll be back. There it is. There's Duna. Okay, so we'll go ahead and retrograde here. Go ahead and capture our orbit. Almost there, almost there. You got it. Bam. Okay, we do seem to be developing some thrust asymmetry. Our fuel's getting quite low. And I did realize I did pack extra methane because, you know, like I said, I originally planned for this to also use the atmosphere to do things, but that fell through very quickly. So yeah, we have some excess methane on here, and I think that's causing our center of thrust to be a little bit offset, because the methane's actually stored closer to the side over here. So maybe we can go ahead and pump some of that methane over. That should hopefully balance us out a little bit. So where's Ike at? Will we encounter it in a bit? Probably. Just wait for it. It'll happen. Eventually. Wow, that was very close. That was a very close Ike encounter. Oh, that was an almost Ike encounter. Dude, with Principia, this would be all over the place. You probably would have gotten an encounter by now because, or, you know, close to it, because that gravity is strong. But there we go. We got it now. Bit of an up and over the poles encounter. That should be fine, though. Right, bit of a polar encounter. That's fine. We took off from Minmus Polar. We can land on Ike Polar. So yeah, we'll go ahead and plot our course for descent, and then we will switch to our landing engines as we get closer to the ground. Alright, fire up those engines. Ooh, we spinning. We got a little bit of a spin going, because this side's heavier, I think. Deactivate some of the engines on this side, just so we can be balanced. I mean, if we thrust slowly, hopefully the gimbal should be able to keep it, and also the reaction wheels. The absolute load of reaction wheels I've shoved into this thing should hopefully be able to keep it in line. Yeah, we'll land right on the top, right on the tippy top. And actually, if I control from here, there we go. I didn't even plan for this to be a method of landing, but I guess it makes sense, right? I think it does. I don't know, I don't see a flaw in this landing logic. This is gonna be an ideal and optimal landing. To be honest, I don't know actually how you would land this. You probably wouldn't switch to the landing engines this early on. You'd probably continue using the mains until you're right above the ground and then switch to the landings, but I don't know. This is how we're doing it. Because I actually think our landing engines are more efficient. Because the rapiers are just, you know, super inefficient, so they're probably a bit more efficient. There we go. Firing the landing engines! Are the rear ones too strong? Which ones? Where are we getting pushed? Here? In the front? You? Okay, I think that's stable now. I think we can hold that. Yeah, because we got the cockpit hanging off the side here, so this side is heavier than this side, and it's pushing this side. And that's originally why I drained the oxidizer from this tank, was to even the balances. But now that it's drained the oxidizer and not the methane, now the methane's in this tank weighing this side down more. So I probably should pump all the methane over to the other side, just to act as a ballast. But we're coming down now. And I'm thinking if we have enough Delta V after we land, which we might just barely, we'll send it into Duna. We'll give it one final hurrah and send all our brave explorers into Duna. Because that sounds fun, right? But yeah, I don't know. We're really low on Delta V, so we probably won't have enough Delta V to take off again. If I were to guess, I like to be optimistic, saying that, yeah, sure, we will crash into Duna. Because that just sounds fun. Oh, and we're gone. Yeah, I thought we actually have more fuel there. Yeah, brace yourself for a hard landing. Oh, dear. Oof. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. Into bits. Alrighty, attempt number 2 at landing. There we go. We lost engines again. Smack. Alrighty, third time's the charm. I'll take that. Yep, just please land in a position that's good. I don't know why there's still smoke happening over there, but there we go. Come on, retract it. I guess it's broken, isn't it? It's probably broken. Probably stuck open. Whatever, there we go. We have landed. We have made it to Ike. Another happy landing. Oh, goodness. Bam! And of course the flag doesn't work. When does the flag ever work? But yeah, it's a pretty cool landing site. Nice view of Duna there. But yeah, I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied. Let's see, what saves do we got? We got this one right here. I want to see what happens if we chuck ourselves into Duna's atmosphere. So, you know, see if this thing can, handle the heat. Because, you know, in the movies, the Millennium Falcon is a very capable atmospheric ship as well, so let's see if mine is as good. Oh, just warped right on through it. Alrighty, Duna. It's time. And here come the flames. We're spinning. Oh, we spinning. Oh, we spinning. This ain't a good trick. This is not a good trick for this part of flight. Fire the engines! Slow us down! Ah! Come on, slow us down. Slow us down. Slow us down. Oh, there goes the engines. Yep. Had a feeling that might happen. 67.7 Gs. Yeah, so. Oh, and there goes the rest of it. Well, anyways, I think that's where I'm going to leave it. We've had our fun. And yeah, even though this wasn't quite what I had planned for this video, I'm still very happy with the results. This Millennium Falcon is very fun to fly, even though it could definitely do with a bit more range. 2,000 meters per second is very sad. Like, we can barely land on Ike. It would be cool if we had, you know, ISRU, but because KSP2 is getting canceled, that's probably never gonna happen. And that's just really sad. Yeah, it makes me feel kinda, you know, like, well, what am I gonna do now that KSP2's gone? I mean, we got Mission Moonshot, but kinda liked having both series. They kinda contrasted each other very well. So yeah, I really don't know if I'm gonna do more KSP2 videos. Again, I do have the one mini SSTO video coming out. That's gonna be a short video, though. Not gonna be a full-length thing. That's gonna be a little short that I'm gonna make and upload probably sometime next week. Probably actually instead of a spaceflight simulator video, because I am going to be away for a little bit, so I won't be able to make videos, like full-length videos, but I'll be able to make a lot of little shorts. There's a lot of stuff that has been happening in other series that I'm like, yeah, that would be funny as a short. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I'm going to go ahead and make all those up. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe for new videos, have a great day, get rest of your day, and may the 4th be with you. Or 5th. Revenge of the 5th.